Greetings, Alan here from Gametime Again, and today we will be doing a playthrough of My Date with a Zombie. My Date with a Zombie is a game for 2 to 6 players. Takes anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes, depending on how many rounds you want to do. And is quite a fun and engaging game, and so we're going to walk through some of the rules and how to play. With me today is Sarah and Audrey. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Yeah, thanks for helping me out today. So let me show you essentially what the game is all about. In My Date with a Zombie, you have cards that are made up of a variety of zombie body parts. Because you are friends with a zombie that is so nervous in getting ready for their date that they found themselves kind of in pieces. And your task is to help them get back together. So here I have a valid zombie with a head, arms, legs, and a body. And so if I were to build this zombie during the game, this would be considered a valid zombie because it has each of the body parts. However, this particular zombie is having a hard time deciding what date they actually want to go on. As you can see here, they have 3 red, which happens to be dancing, a couple of gray, which is going to a movie, and a little bit of blue here, which is going to get something to eat. And so one of the things that you can do during the game, in addition to building a zombie and gaining points for your zombie, is to actually take your time and focus on a particular date or set of dates. So I will show you a few of those real quick. So I will build a zombie here that has all the same color. So this is the rock climbing date. And because this zombie has all of one date, in addition to getting points for completing your zombie, you can also gain 50 points because you are actually building a single date. Now, if I were to do something like this here, where I have 3 of one date and 3 of another date, this is called a double date. The double date also has a bonus of 40 points. And here we have a triple date, where we have 3 pairs for 3 different dates, and this one is worth an additional 30 points. And finally, if you are lucky enough, you may actually get 1 of each date type. In which case, this is called a smorgasbord, and it is actually difficult to get, and so it is actually worth 60 points in addition to whatever points you claim when you activate your zombie. Now I'm going to go back to the triple date and just show you one other way to gain points in the game. During the game, you can use these little action cubes to bid on items for your date. In this case, I'm going to bid on 3 different items. And these items, if you have the highest bid at the end of the game, are worth 30 points each. So in the case of a triple date, I could potentially bid on 3 different items, because one of the requirements is that you have at least 2 of any given date in order to claim the 30 points. So it wouldn't really do me any good to vote on the movie because I don't have any movie pieces, and I would need at least 2. However, if I'm lucky enough to get these 3 dates in addition to this zombie, I could get an additional 90 points in addition to all the other bonuses that I may get. And finally, the last way that you can gain some points is each of these action cubes that you don't use during the game are worth 5 points each. So as you can see, there's a number of different ways to gain points throughout the game. Now, generally with 3-player, normally what we would do is actually set it up and only use 4 dates. And what that would do is we'd remove some of the cards from the pile so there wouldn't be so many cards. However, so that we can show you the full dynamics of the game, we're going to go ahead and leave all the dates in there. Now what we'll do to start the game is we will shuffle these just real quick, and we will deal 5 cards to each of the players. Now the game doesn't begin right away. What we're going to do is we're actually going to take a couple of rounds and discard down to 3 cards to build our discard pile, and then I'll explain what the discard pile is for. Now since I dealt the cards, Audrey, you want to start us off and start our discard pile?
Sure.
Now the discard pile will be used for a few different things. The first of which is that you can get an idea of what people are keeping and what they are getting rid of. So I'm going to throw that. And that. Okay, so now that each of us have discarded down to 3 cards, the game will now begin and Audrey will start. On Audrey's turn, and subsequently the rest of our turns, you get 2 actions every single turn. Those actions can be any of the following. You can draw a card from the deck. You can draw the top card from the discard pile. You can place a part on your zombie face down in front of you. You can swap out a card from your zombie with a card from your hand. You can spend one of your action cubes to take any card in the discard pile and place it into your hand. If you have 3 cards that you just don't want, you can discard your entire hand with 3 cards or more and draw 3 replacement cards for a single action. You can place a bid on an item or change a bid from one item to another. And finally, the main action that you're going to do when you're ready is that when you have a complete zombie, irregardless of the configuration, for 2 actions or your entire turn, you can turn this zombie over and claim the next highest point token. Now the game ends as soon as those point tokens are gone or the deck is exhausted. The only other way that the game ends early is if someone turns over a smorgasbord, which, as you remember, is one of each date type in your zombie. If somebody were to turn that over, the game will end after everyone gets 1 more turn. So, the last thing to know about the gameplay is that before we have started our zombie, the card that we need to start with will always be the card on top of the discard pile. So, Audrey, it's your turn. Do you happen to have a body?
Yes.
Okay, great. So Audrey has a body, so she's been able to place her first card down to start her zombie, and she doesn't have to worry about this card anymore. All right, so you get 1 more action. All right, Sarah, you're up. Do you have a body?
I do not have a body, so I'm going to pick this one up. I also do not have a left hand. I'm going to draw this one.
Okay. All right, so I don't have a body either, so I'm going to take that. And now I need a right arm, which I do have, so I can go ahead and play a right arm. Okay, those are my 2. All right, Audrey. You don't need that anymore. Now, it's a good idea to keep track of what is in the discard pile in case a card that you need gets buried, so that you can use those action cubes to recover it.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so now I need a right leg, which I have, and I'll go ahead and put that down.
Okay, cool.
And then also I will draw one.
Now that each of us have started our zombies, respectively, we no longer care about the card that is on top of the pile. That is just to basically select what you need to start with to begin your zombie. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 1 card and place another. Okay?
Okay.
Now while Audrey's going, I'll just explain real quick. The reason you place your cards face down is because you do want to keep it somewhat secret so that the other players, don't bid on your items or try and hinder you by not giving you the cards that you need. So that's why we place it face down. But you can look at the cards anytime that you need to remind yourself of what you placed down. And the other thing that the game allows is that trading is open. On your turn, you can trade as many times as you want with another player without using an action. However, you probably want to make sure that you don't give them too much information about what you're trying to do. All right, so Sarah, you've placed down 2. So I'm going to draw, and I'm going to place.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to place, and I'm going to draw one.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bid on an item here. And so that's one of my actions. And then I will place as well for my second action. Okay?
You need legs.
I'm going to discard.
Okay, so throwing away, oh goodness.
and then draw 3 more.
Okay, so that's one action.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Does anyone want to trade a right leg for a right leg? I mean, right arm for a right leg.
Oh.
I don't have any legs.
You need a leg or you need an arm?
I need a leg.
And you've got a...
Right arm.
Oh, I need a left arm. Nope, sorry.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'm gonna place this and draw 1. Yeah,
Okay,
I
so,
guess that was
so
it.
that was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to draw 1 and then place 1. Okay.
You have a left leg?
Yes. Would you like to trade for a right leg?
I don't have a right leg.
Do you have a right leg?
I don't, sorry.
Okay.
Now the reason the
Toss it
trading
all
is
in.
free is because quite often trading is a bit of a gamble. You don't know if you're going to get anything helpful, and you may actually help the other person out more than you help yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna grab this left leg and I'm also going to bid on this one.
Okay, so let me see what we got here. Nothing's changed there, right? I am going to draw. And then I don't want any of the 3 of these, so I'm going to throw those away. And for my second action, I'm going to draw 3 more. All right, Audrey, you're up. No, actually, Audrey, so what was it that you needed?
A right leg.
Do you have a left arm?
No.
Oh, drag. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
You can do it again.
All right, what we got here?
Do you have any right legs?
I do not have any right legs.
Did you get a left arm yet?
But I can do it one more time.
Yep, you can do it one more time. What else is in
Heads.
there?
I have a left arm now.
Okay, I have a right leg.
Okay, that was your 2 actions, right?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna place and I'm also going to bid. Done.
All right, so I will place and swap.
Audrey's looking for the perfect leg.
Yes, I am.
Did you explain that you can use one of your cubes to go through the
Yeah,
discard pile?
yep. So by using one of your cubes, you can choose any card from the discard pile.
It's my
Yeah,
turn.
it's your
It's
turn.
Okay.
Again.
3 more, huh? Now, one thing that's really important to remember in the game is that we only have 2 point tokens here, but we have 3 players. And since the game ends when those are both gone, it indicates that in any given round, only 2 people are going to actually claim a zombie at most. And so that creates a little bit of a tension where you don't want to wait too long to turn over, and so you have to balance going after the other points in addition to watching and seeing what the other players are doing.
Okay, yep, so I'm going to go ahead and turn over. Hopefully I got it right.
Okay, so turning over takes both of your actions, and Sarah went after a double date.
Yep, so
Okay, so Sarah grabs the 100 points. Now I have to decide whether to... Now there's a few different things that I can do here. So I could turn over. Now I don't have the zombie that I quite wanted, but I could turn over and go ahead and take this 75 points. That's one option for me. I could use my 2 actions to go ahead and take away 60 points from Sarah and prevent her from getting an additional bonus with these items. So that's another option that I can do. I could take a chance that Audrey might not go down this round and work on my zombie. But I have a feeling, you can't see her right now, but she's kind of grinning at me. So I'm thinking she is probably going to turn over. But just to show you the different elements of the game, I'm going to go ahead and block
that's
Sarah.
So rude.
And Yeah, even though it doesn't really benefit me very much. Kind of want to show you that feature. So those were my 2 actions. All right, Audrey, what are you going to do?
Okay, I'll turn over.
So it looks like Audrey went after a smorgasbord.
Oh, nice.
Which is nice. That's 60 points plus your 75. Now, one of the reasons that the smorgasbord is powerful is because if we were still going, the game's actually ended because the point tokens are gone. But if the game was still going, every one of us would get 1 more turn and then the game ends. Whether there are tokens left or not doesn't matter. And the reason for that is because you can't really bid on any additional items because you don't have 2 of anything. And that's also why it's worth 60 points. All right, so I'm going to turn mine over. Now, if I had completed any kind of a proper zombie, a single, double, triple date, I would have gotten half of my points, even though I didn't get a chance to turn over. But this is a random zombie, so that doesn't give me any points. So the scoring would work this way. I do get the dinner one for 30 points, plus I have 2 of these left. So I have a whopping 40 points. Audrey got 75 points for her zombie, 60 points for her bonus, because it's a smorgasbord, and 25 points for her action pieces that are still left. So what's that?
170.
Oh,
170 points.
you sure?
Now, 60 plus 75 is 135, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 160 points. Sarah got 100. Now the double date is worth a bonus points of 40, plus she has 15. So Sarah got 155 points. So thanks to me hindering her, she didn't quite take the lead. Now the reason that's important and why I wanted to show you the bidding option and your ability to hinder other people is because in a multi-round game, sometimes that gives you a little bit of strategy to keep somebody from running away with the game. There are a few other strategy elements we won't cover today, but I hope that gives you a good idea of how the game plays, and not only how easy it is to learn, but also the different strategies that are involved in playing the game and winning the game. So we hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about the game, please let us know. Otherwise, we hope that you will consider backing the campaign and helping us bring this wonderful game to life. And until we see you again, thanks for joining us. Take care.